Hey guys, this is Mani Karthik here. Welcome to another episode of Blogging 101. In this episode, we will take a look at what are the 5 methods by which you can get new readers to your blog. So let's take a look. Alright, so number 1 is meaningful commenting. What that means is create a list of blogs which are similar to yours, or maybe the ones that you like, where you think there's a lot of traffic, or where you think the content is something that you understand and you have an opinion on. Go into these blogs and comment regularly. And when I say comment regularly, don't make it just for the sake of commenting, but comment with some value added to it so that the author of the blog actually allows your comment to remain there, and the others would see it. Because typically what happens is a lot of people just go in and say something very generic like, hey, amazing blog, or I like your content, I do have a blog, please check out my content. So very generic things like this, which is okay, but the problem is none of these comments add any value to the original blog. So it is very unlikely, or it's very likely that your comment will remain on that blog for long. So make sure that when you comment, it is meaningful and it adds value to the original blog. So if you do a lot of that in the right way, you will get a lot of traffic, not probably a lot of traffic, but some traffic, but meaningful traffic, which means you'll get more sticky customers or sticky readers from this kind of activity. So that's my tip number 1. Tip number 2 is, or strategy number 2 is guest blogging. You probably would have heard about this a lot of times, but basically what guest blogging is that you provide valuable content on any topic or a topic that you choose to another blog that has a lot of traffic in it. By which the idea is that if your content is really good and the audience likes your content, by providing a link back from that blog article to your blog, you get some of that traffic. So let's say, for example, you contribute an article to Lifehacker or some popular blog like that. If they approve your content, if they publish it on their blog post, they always have a byline about the author in the blog post added, and that will give you some traffic from that blog. Number 3 is quotes from influencers. What I typically do is if I'm writing a piece or an article on something very interesting, like for example, let's say a personal finance article or even a topic on blogging itself, what I do is I find out who are the other influencers in that particular niche who can contribute to my article. And I contact them via email or Twitter or any other ways possible and ask them their opinion. I usually say something like, hey, I'm writing this article about XYZ and I think that you could be an influencer or you could be an expert in this topic. Do you have a particular opinion on this topic or this question? Or you just say generically like, would you like to contribute to it by giving your opinion about it or your suggestion about it? And sometimes people are willing to share their opinion. I mean, obviously, if your blog is not very popular, not many people will be willing to share, but then keep asking, and there will be 1 or 2 of those good people who are always willing to help. And once they do publish their opinion on your blog and with their nice photo and bio and link back to their blog and everything, and usually what happens is they share it on social media or sometimes even their blog itself, and that'll give you some traffic back from their original audience. Strategy number 4 is interviews. Well, what that means is interview a lot of influencers or experts in whatever fields you can think of. Like for example, if you are writing a blog on finance, find out experts who might be having a blog or may not be having a blog, but who have some kind of audience. Maybe they're really popular on social media, may not have a blog. So interview them on your blog. So ask them questions and publish a nice article about them on your blog. And typically what happens is they usually share the interview with their audience on social media or otherwise, which will give you some amount of their audience coming back to you. Make sure that the article is in a good shape or good format, because we don't want to make him look uncool, right? The idea is to make him feel good about this particular interview that's being published, so that he should actually would be willing to share it with his audience. And if you make sure that it's looking good and he's looking nice and everything, and the points are valuable, then the chances are that they will share it on their social media, and that'll bring you some traffic. Number 5 is offline meetups, and this is probably the weird one out of the list. But basically, what it means is get out from your cubicle, get out from your workstation, and start chatting with people. So there are a lot of meetups happening these days in many cities. Find out what these meetups are. You can look them up on Facebook events or even on meetup.com. Go to all kinds of technical events you can. It doesn't necessarily need to be blogger related or blogging or any social media related. Just go to any tech events possible. You'll find a lot of interesting people there. Talk about your blog to them, talk about what you write, see how you can work with them. And that's a nice way to network and make a lot of friends. Some of those friends would actually turn out to be your blog readers, some of them may not. But the idea is to interact and network and make sure you expand your territory, rather than being the island guy in the cubicle not talking to anyone, which is quite a possibility with a lot of bloggers. So don't do that. Get out and talk to people and network, which is a great way to expand your readership. Alright guys, so there you have it, 5 tips to find new users or new readers to your blog. I hope you find them useful. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. And send me your questions to hi@manikarthik.com. That's hi@manikarthik.com, or comment in the comment box below. See you with another video. Bye.